Alright, as I mentioned in one of my other videos, I had picked up the Ryobi 9-inch benchtop bandsaw. It's a small bandsaw. I mean, it's not going to be big enough to use for big things, but for what I need right now, it will do. I also, got a good deal when I picked it up. Anyway, I was going to do an unboxing, but really, here's the deal. What you see right here, all together in the box. The table was separate. I'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. We got a screw tightener thing to mount the table and to tighten it down. And we got, a little cheap miter gauge square thing to go into it. But that was basically it. It was already in there. The blade had fell off, but that was real easy to put back on. And I'll spin around in the back and we'll go over that. But and I haven't untaped the switch. If I can get in there to so there's the on-off switch with the little key you can pull out if you want to. So anyway, that's basically about it. Now, this little stand that I got here, that's a stand that I had built year before last. And it was for when I rebuilt the transmission in my truck. It was a stand to hold the transmission upright with the tail down. So you have the access to all the inside where the valve body and all the drums and clutch plates and everything else went. And so that's what this was for. And so for right now, I mean, it's a little low, but it'll do. I just screwed this down on it. And, I may keep it on it, just put some wheels on it, which will raise it up. May not. The other thing that this table here, this little insert in here, this little plastic insert, and it's glued in there. Well, at the factory, believe me, they do not believe in having anything accurate. This little insert was way down below the table top. And so what I basically did was I turned it over on down, just took a little socket extension, put it on here and just tapped it with a hammer and knocked it out. And then I just mixed up some epoxy, re-glued it in there and leveled it off with it, and took my my straight edge and just went back across it, and it's fairly close enough for what we need to do. So really, at that point there, that's the only thing that I have found so far that was a negative. I'm going to ditch this coat. I'm starting to get hot. So now we're going to turn this thing around. Let me go this way. And here is where the table goes on. It's got two guides right here, go on, and then a threaded area there for the screw hole for the tightener. So what we're going to do, we slide that over that. Now you got to pull this. The hardest part here is to get past this geared thing here. And once you get past it, then you're on there. We'll take the deal here and get it out in there. Okay, so now once we've got that basically on there, this is what would adjust the the table, we'll take and just barely loosen that off, and we can now adjust the table. It has a stop screw over here on this side that you can set to where it will always come back to 90 degrees when you put it on there. Then the other thing that we've got, this came in the table, this little wing nut, hopefully you can see from that end, goes in this side. Your table is split, so that wing nut and that little piece there pull those pieces and make sure that they're always straight right across. So we're going to see about getting that in there. And you should never have to take that out unless you're changing the blade or taking the table off. So we snug that down. The other things that we have on here, this is the blade tension. This is the quick adjust thing. You flip it, it releases the wheels inside enough that the blade can come off. Put another blade on, pop it back up. This is the tracking. Right now, right from the factory, looks like it tracks okay. This locks this piece from up and down. This raises it. So you just take that, and once you get it, then you can turn the knob to raise it up and down. That's basically what goes on there. Now, over here on the other side, here's your dust collector port and the motor. So, all in all, for a little bench top bandsaw, like I said, I haven't run it yet, so I can't say on that. For a little bench top bandsaw, it looks pretty good. That's a little piece of that epoxy. You got that out there. It looked like a pretty decent little bandsaw, so we're just going to have to see how it goes. I'm going to cut a piece here, and we're going to see how it works out. All right, I've got the table on, 90'd up, lowered my guide a little bit. I've got a little piece of thing here. I'm going to cut a push stick, and hopefully I can see what I'm doing here. I think I can. So we're going to see how this thing works. Well, a little sanding up, and that'll do pretty good. So it looks like the thing works really pretty. I'm impressed with it. I don't have a dust collector yet. I got get some hoses. So let's back off. Well, all in all, even if, you know, at the $129 that this was at Home Depot, it's well worth it, in my opinion. It cuts great. Looks like they've got it set up pretty easy, so you're not having to mess around with a lot of tools to make settings and things. It did come with 2 Allen wrenches, I guess, for working on stuff in here. Minor little thing. But, like I said, other than this little insert not being flush with the table, the thing was perfect right out of the box. Virtually no assembly, just sticking the table on and you know, setting it to square and locking it down. And that's about it. So anyway, I'll just do a little sanding on this stuff. I got an old Delta disc and belt sander combination thing over there. I'll smooth this up. This is going to be a push stick. I got a lot of leftover little wood, so I'm going to probably make me some push sticks to use on my table saw. So anyway, that's it with that one. After I use it some more, I'll do another little review after I've had it a period of time to see if I still like it. But I really like it. And as you probably noticed, you see this behind me. It's been a long time since I picked up a ladder. This is a gorilla. It's not a little giant. It's a gorilla. It's rated a lot more. This is rated at 375 pounds. This is the MPX 22 or something like that. I'll go over them. This in another video. Anyway, Home Depot had lowered the prices on this one on the 22. They lowered it to $179. Technically, it only cost me $73, $74, something like that. One of these days I'll tell you guys how I do that. Now you got to understand, listen to what I said. Technically, okay, so out of my income that comes in, I only paid $70-something for this. That's the key. Keep listening. I'll fill you in on the details down the road, how I did it.